always been in the past, don't be late. Otherwise I'll lose my opportunity. It's alright when you're inside, but when it was raining quite a bit when I went out, so I had to come to myself a little bit because it's a bit of a walk from where I am by the Victorina. Yeah. Something there for
a little while now.
I've been managing on the way through, but I've learned a lot. I wanted to pick up everything that I'm doing, and it has been sort of horrendous at times because I do go to a lot of meetings with the pilots up north and down the east coast, so they're sort of have nowhere to go to give them legal advice on some of these issues, because they're supposed to go to the United Nations, and they're waiting for me to go to take them to the United Nations because I'll speak. Because they always rattle off an hour. I understand English, so they can understand me. But when it gets to the technical parts of commerce, then they've got no idea at all about business, running a business effectively, even like everybody else. They've still got their little squabbles right now. And they're always ringing up all the time. Oh, how are you getting on? I says, well, it's about that long. But there's no real help to get this part to Westminster. And now the crucial thing is the Victoria government is going to pick Queen Victoria as the monarch for their documents, because they've got no monarch since 2008 when the Lisbon Treaty was signed. Then on the 1st of November it became legal from the EU, and Westminster's got absolutely no control. This is all coming from the other end. Now they're putting a fight to try and save themselves, but they've split themselves off. Once Scotland got out, it's gathering momentum, but it's still on its own, just like what we are here on our own, and they haven't got the other ones to depend on, and the EU is just not too bothered about them because they're still answerable to a higher authority, and the Queen is still operating but in a different federal official game inside the EU. So I've got a challenge on her and our trust. There's no one there looking after what's left, so I'm going to try and get from here to there. And being dependent on getting one thing done so that it's actually going to line up with the authority of a higher authority. Now that you'll see the letters I've got here, the affidavits going to Victoria, that they have no legal right to use King Victoria because the Queen cut her off the continuity of monarch. And she can't abdicate it. She's a CEO now, and she's got no title to England. So it's left it open for me to go in, because we've got a contract still with Westminster, even with the City General. There's a contract of the Native Land Act that Australia is using without our permission, with the because they don't have mountains and valleys and things like that consolidated our 1993 Act into their Commonwealth of Australia. So that's another issue that I'm saying, where did it from? So it's really trying to be nice to them and say, look, why don't you just look after me and I'll get it through into Westminster again and start fresh. Because at the moment Westminster still has the authority on the land of all the Admiralty. Even though the Vatican's using our flag, and the Queen is using our flag to collect the revenue for the King. And so that now she's left it vacant, it's left me with all the Admiralty to myself. And if I got here, all I have to do is proclaim it, and
which is what you said last time.
so that all that's going to add up to is what is with all the documents, what's with all the affidavits that are stacked up. It's more or less my word and your word of what's here. In this case, the title here on Cook Street, there's a lot of links to where it's gone, and it had a problem which went on and on and on. But when you look at the 2008 1952 land transaction, land transfer, it's different to what it is now, that it's still confused. The titles are confused. When it was reformed then, when I knew everything then, so it's not the, what shall I say, the 2008 back to the Queen at that point, where anything after that was subjected to the authority from how that was. So all I wanted to do here today was, with the lawyer, I'm still want to foreclose the property. And either the bank will do it with what I've got, with the title, or the lawyer will do it. And if I'm a client to the bank, then it's in the interest of the bank to foreclose the AFC bank, like how I used to do refinancing for National Bank, Clive Merritt in National Bank. I did a lot in the early years. And he let me approve all the loans without having to go and do that. But there was a lot of sharks around then, and I sort of thought, oh no, they're spoiling it all. But I had a good run. I had a good run with the bank of good history with mortgage banking, that I know what to do with mortgage banking. But the bank, but the bank, I still think it's like this. All I'm trying to do now is to legalise the pound note that we have. It's still there for our use. And we've got all the right to use it still, because we're still in Westminster Lower House with the contract that they collect. And with the 1901 Union Jack flag in Australia, that's when they become independent. So from that point on, they're selling outbound themselves, where I'm still with tax to Britain to test them out with their mortgages, which are Admiralty anyway. But I just hope that when I give you these things, it will give you something to look at. I really wanted to foreclose. I've got every right to do it, but I've been very careful on choosing my words. I've written a lot of things, but we can't go over that. I'm not going to anyway, but I just wanted to just stay on the proper thing. At the same time, I really wanted to get the thing cranked up, because I've got the project here in Scotland, ready to buy this house. It's been waiting for me since the last time I went away overseas. It's still there. It's gone down to 260,000 now. Euros. It was 1.4 million back then, 2.4 million. So it's still waiting for me to bring it here to the UK, because I'm going to use that. And I've got my engineers ready to go. I've got to go to Cowie in Denmark to draw that up. But it's going to carry out the construction onto Raspberry Downs in the UK and put the platforms up for fishing and deep sea fishing for a start before we put the turbines in. And I'm going to England to bring the military there and to look after our business between here and Britain, in their interest that when I get there, I think it'll be quite interesting for them to hook into this out in the Pacific with economy and these big projects. So Chris, all I have to do is pay Chris Taylor his 50 grand to just crank up and going, and Tony for the engineering design for this, and I go to Scotland and start telling them how to put it in. So should have been there now. I should have been there now doing these things rather than going around with politics. But I had to do politics in order to get TDA titles. So now I've got the TDA title from all the land titles, and I'm separated the two in the international law of the sea. And so that's your bit. All it's got is a letter to you here, just to try and ask you for assistance with the mortgage. These are in colour, but they're on line, is going straight into the High Court today. But all it's doing is it's telling you, I want to ask to see if the bank will help me to get the policy on the street of what I've got, and the lawyer. So all the lawyer has to do, he knows it's a big case, but I've done all the work for him, and so all he has.
What's his advice to you, John?
What is his advice?
Yeah, what's kind of...
Well, no, he could not give me any advice because he has made a contract with me to do this, and I'll pay him out of the 10 million. Okay, so he has made a contract for us so that he will get paid from the transaction of the title. It is a big fraud, but he can see it, or the bank can see it. They can see it, they can fix it straight away. If I have to go to court now, we'll win. That's right, and there'll be a lot of people going to escape. But, you know, I'm trying to be more diplomatic than anything. You'll see the letter here to the Victoria government, the Victoria governor. Here, one of the letters, and one to the lower up. I know everything back to country government in Australia, and they're going to, on the 23rd, put Queen Victoria back in themselves without asking Westminster. So I've got more authority in Westminster with the Rogan family. That's my bloodlines there. I'm going to stay there as a Rogan, and the Rogans here that did all these titles in Auckland. You'll see it in that book I gave you with the judge and all this. And so I'm using that as my own organic land taking.
So what you're asking is for the bank to be involved to...
Yeah, to do what the bank would normally do, foreclosure, and because if they see that it is a fraud, it is a fraud. The police already know, because I've got all that to go with it, and the lawyer. So something from the lawyer will come. I'm going to this heat copy, so I'm going down there afterwards. So all that has to happen in the meeting of the minds of the lawyer, the conveyancer, they still need a conveyancer to change the title back to the king. Okay, and the company that now is a parent company of the other ones in England. So I've got crew here going to do that of one title is just the same title going there and around the world. If this one here goes, those other ones are the same. And they still got the Queen head. They still use the Queen when she's not there, but that's another matter for the lawyer. I'm only trying to get the Crown note legalised from him here to the foreign currency account, so that it can kick off as a currency. And what it would do for the bank is that it's got the authority to go straight into England, back into Westminster, with me being there, and not having to go through the central bank to get that money. So when I go there, I'm expecting the treasury to be empty, because that's what's happening on Facebook now. It's saying there's nothing there, and getting more like it. So I'm going to start by the end with the New Scotland.
So John, why ANZ though? Why?
Well,
yeah, because who owns the property right now?
Well, it's got Simon Roundtree and James Brown, but they don't appear on the ownership. It looks like the council bought it back when they seen the problem that I've gone and dig out. So
then wouldn't it be something that you need to do with the council?
No. I only got a contract with Jamie Peters, the first guy that got in trouble and asked me to do his conveyance.
I can't see the bank wanting to take this on, like, because it's bigger than and it's not no claim on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not that, but it's just, why would we act on that when we've done it? I know it's...
No. Okay, I can do that. Yeah. Well, I'll leave it for the lawyer. Yeah. You've given me the answer, so the bank can wait. You hold on to that until he sorts out the legal sale of the land, but it's good to come and tell you how it operates, because a lot of people are watching, even the British are watching me, to make sure that I'm not alone in doing this. And I know what I'm doing with it, but it's...
That's not which channel it's on.
No. It's the lawyer. He wouldn't have signed it if he didn't think it was going to work. Right? He wouldn't commit himself. He's brought the crown to me, whatever the crown is, and I'm saying, there ain't no crown. And I'm saying, I've got more authority. He said, where do you get authority? I said, I'm the authority. You know? And he said, oh, I can be a king too. I said, oh, well, you can if you want to. But there's a lot of people know that I'm doing that. And so far it's going all right. So it must be right. That sooner or later it'll turn out that there was something really wrong in the banking changing now, and the John Key's getting the new dollar. So, but I've got the crown note and the coin is yours to you, and so I'm trying to get that into the bank here. If the lawyer, he's already said, oh, I'll take it out of the 10 million from the crown note, right? Sort of indirectly, because he knows I've got the money back. So I said, okay, I'll do it. Because I said, I'll take my book away to somebody else. You see? He says, no, I'll do it. You see? So that put him in a situation of me and him, because he signed it going to Westminster and to the High Court of Admiralty. So it's over there on him being certified that I'm who I am, doing these things. So it's all up, straight up and down. But all I'm doing is to account for the land that belongs to me. I'm saying that the land belongs to me, and it's up to them to say it doesn't. So, but that's only a normal thing. That's a normal thing, but the bank's not interested in that. It's what they are going to... If I have to go to court, the judge takes over. But I've got control. And I'm trying to keep the control back to the people who are going to benefit from what I recover as being the shareholders. It's sitting there now. As soon as I get the money, the shares go, and someone looks after that, right? And I've got 10 staff now to run straight away, and this project here, it's ready to go. I could just go straight over and pick all these big equipment up and come straight in, and it's on its way. So he'll look after that. Kevin Reyes, he's the hydrogen guy. He does all the fuel cells and the latest stuff. So I trust him to do it all. And the other guys are land guys, and one's a banker. And they're pretty good. And my daughter just come out of university. She's a business administration. Actually, she's 21. So she's up to it. To Douglas books, all that sort of thing, and she said, she'll take it off me. I said, well, you can have it, as long as I can get what I want.
Well, you do need to leave a legacy at some point.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're not around, John, then, you know, you are the people. Yeah.
So I'll be just as happy just to do this and to get to England, because they're still waiting for me. I said, yeah, for long get on. It depends on that land law. A lot of what I'm doing. Been doing so long, but the thing was, I could have just walked in and taken it, but I wasn't going to make a big fuss out of it, especially the police that are learning all these things as well. So they know it's not for me. More so, I'll get the turbine things going at some stage, but I've got a lot of things that can happen, and good for the bank. The main thing out of this whole lot of exercise was the crown and the currency. Because you've got the Russian one, Chinese one here, I think that's going to find its way in. Well, it's already got a band around here. And also the British have to think about their pound note, because they're worried about it now. They are. And, you know, I'm watching them now, oh gosh. It's an exciting thing, but it's from my brain at 65, I think it was rough. It's a bit rough. But, so I've got the other one here from the Robin Point one. I've got a contribution, but I'm just going to leave that for now. And that's where we base our operations on the land block here at Auckland Point. So I've got all that to do, but I have to get on playing that as soon as I can. Yeah, I have to sort that out, and the lawyer goes down there now, and then I'll find some time tomorrow to see him for an appointment. But he's waiting for this. I sort of took a long time to go through the titles to find how it transfers, and because you've got the corporate, and now you've got the council being a normal person to take the title over, and the police are private prosecutors doing what I do, private prosecutors. So they take it off and put it to the Queen, rather than, to the people who are fighting the cases, like Graham McCready. He gave me dinner, and the Crown ended up with all these hard words. And I thought, I'm not going to do hard words, mate. Well, it's still going to be the only subject to Australia on the living title, with what happened in Victoria, because Victoria founded Australia, and that founded here. On the Roman side, I'm going Crown title over the province. So I'm telling Victoria, do not at all jeopardize my position in Westminster, because they're talking about Westminster. They're saying, it was traditional to use the Westminster system, but they're really saying, the Queen's gone just one does it. We'll go there and get the other one. That's after they've benefited. I'm saying, no, you benefited. Where's all the spoils? I'm going to have a audit. Alex Sanders, he's going back in Westminster. So I said to him, I'm coming too. You see? So that the other guy is going to pick me up, take me in there, and I'm going to have a go. But I'm going to live there in Devonport, because there's a partner there, a small one. So I'll go here, tuck myself up there, put the bag up, and say, I'm here now. And then start a parliament test on the phone, the king one, then transfer the data to Westminster. I told them online, that's how I'm going to do it. Right? And that's normal. That's normal how politics works, from somebody's authority to someone's authority. Where'd you get it from? Okay? Where'd you get it from?
There's going to be a lot of nervous people, John.
There's a big shift in the whole political scene, and I'm part of that big conglomerate of this change in how they do politics, and while there's poor people running around in England and they live there forever, but there's other people there that are, they're using those ones against those people. And Sue Young, she's in Dover, she said, John, I was in the hospital with my parents and my dad, they're taking his house and foreclosing it because they pay bill in the hospital. Yeah, right, just a lot of that going on, but it's sort of specialising for that. But I'm only interested in doing something that'll work, and it'll work. But no, that's fine. I'll just do the lawyer thing tomorrow, and then whatever he says, then because he'll go ahead now that he's got that far. But the main thing is with those town notes, I wanted to tick one off, and it becomes legal. And from the other end, because I want to be there to authorise that, so that the bank will pick it up. Okay? Okay. All right, then.
Have a nice Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, and thank you for the time. We'll see you again.
Yeah.
Bye. Well, that's Judy. However, you heard what she said, and so I'm going bank would be protecting its own interest of not foreclosing another bank, because that's how they used to do, foreclose other banks and refinance mortgage refinance loans on homes. And so, yeah. So you see it? Now it's the lawyer. I guess the lawyer might be running a bit late now. I'll go tomorrow and sit down with him, because he's got a contact with me. It certainly looks like the bank will wait for whatever the lawyer says, because it's a matter that's a bit too big for them to get involved with. They know they're not going to commit themselves, that's what I say. So I'll just put this simmer on me. Just want to finish it off while I'm out and about. So I'll just come back to the same place here. I'm going to go back down the elevator. A bit later now to go to the lawyer. And anyway, that's me for the day. Today is Wednesday, the 17th of December 2020. I've given out a whole lot of documents. I'll show you later. And all it does is it lets her know that we are legal. They've got no authority, no monarch, no queen, and yet they're still using it. See? So it's really, really going to bust the banks. When I get this one, I want to be honest with it. So, yeah. With that, I'll catch up with you a little later. John Wanoa, Auckland, New Zealand. A short visit to Julie Sewell, the branch manager of the ANZ Bank here in Auckland, New Zealand. So, although we're good friends, I've heard what she had to say, you're hearing what she had to say, and it's going to be a sort of dicey situation. She says it's going to make a lot of people nervous, you see. It's making a lot of people nervous. It's going to make the banks fall over. That's what when this one busts up. Okay? So that's a lot of the stuff I'll put on today is to do with Victoria government of Chernov, the government of Chernov, made a letter to him on Facebook afterwards and dated from today as an affidavit that they have no monarchy to Westminster and authority over what I do. So the bank's been issued with the letter to the lawyer, you take full security and sign the contract with me to do this land lot at 160. The titles have changed, but it looks like the council got it back and are caught up. They're really caught up in the fraud title. The council itself is over the big escape. And the real estate, they'll go for a big escape too. So I'm not too worried about not getting anything at the bank today. Although when the pound note hits the bank, then you heard her say, we'll wait for that day when it goes in there. She knows our King William pound notes and the coins are real money in England. So she's dealing with the Crown Corporation and their money in the World Bank, right, from Russia. Right? So the other legislature council in Victoria, Australia, government, on the 23rd